Hello everyone, I'm really proud and really amazed that you came here and you took the time and energy to come here, and I'm Samir. I'm going to share with you a very interesting topic today. I'm sure you'll leave, even just you sitting here and taking the time to learn, that's the thing that's going to change your life. This is not a personal development course. I don't want you to think it's a personal development course. It's a personal disruption course. Here you're gonna disrupt your ideas about the world and take on new ideas and shift your reality and all the way you work, the way you learn, the way you do everything. So this is amazing. So Cliff, can I have your iPhone please? I want to share something. So this is a modern device and everyone knows it's called the iPhone. This is so amazing because the creator of this iPhone, his name is Steve Jobs. And I just want to talk about for a bit, by the way, this is a bonus. I didn't add it on the slides, but it's a bonus. So let's talk about what differentiates a normal person from the inventor, from the person who gets ideas and gets it like quick, you know. So the difference is that the inventors and the people who go like really build big stuff, the difference is their thinking, what they do, and the way they think so big. And they don't just think like, they don't say, well, oh, there are phones, why should we build a phone? Oh, there are laptops, why should we build a laptop? They think, well, okay, we need to build something new. We need to build a phone that is a literal computer that you can just put on your pocket, take it whenever you want, use the calculator, use multiple applications, and recently, you can also use the phone as a desktop. So it's really amazing to me that now this one is more powerful, if not better than a laptop, and how you can use it. And so instead of thinking like, oh, we're just gonna build a normal phone, he said, let's build an iPhone. Let's build a phone that has all these features. Let's see what we can reach, see where we can reach the level. What level can we reach? And not only did they think big, but they did like say, oh, this idea is not going to work, it's never going to work. They believed in it so much and they continued working and working. And by the way, part of the reason why they built such great things is because they have a very brilliant and genius mind. And so today, this topic is really interesting because I'm going to be talking about the mind and how you can increase the capability and how you can learn faster so you can upgrade your brain. And so, yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. And now I'll show you this slide. It's a very funny meme. So, here, as you can see, we can all relate to this. I know many of you here can relate. So first it says, go like the journey from school, the journey from what school, elementary school, it said almost done. And then like high school, it's like, oh, okay, let's go, I finished high school. And then he went to college and he climbed to the top and he's like, oh yes, I'm gonna get the job, I'm very excited. And then he went to the real life and he was like, oh my God, what a different world. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna pay the taxes? Be there for my family, whatever. It's like a totally different world. So it's like, oh my God, he really got shocked. And I think, and the caption there was, people go through life without having a clear intention, without having a clear goal of what they want to achieve, and so they end up like that person, like in a dark, a little bit of a dark place, and like they're like, oh my God, like, is this what should we do? And so let's go to the next slide. All right, so this is the name of the lecture, or talk. So let's continue. Next slide. Okay, and this quote is very. I love this quote so much. It resonates with me. By the way, if you can have your phone back. So. And this quote will really resonate, and if we all apply it, we will go in a really much higher level. And the quote says, the only way to win is to learn faster than anyone else. Can I get a yes?
Yes!
And so, because the reason is, if you learn faster, whether it's your job, whether it's school, whether it's anything, you will be able to do things faster and achieve things faster than most people can do. So yeah, move to the next slide. All right, so this model is a very, very important model. It's the model that helps you to achieve anything you want. Pick any area, and this model can help you solve the issue or the problem. So I want someone from the audience to tell me what problem do they have, and I'll tell you how we can possibly apply this model to. So anyone?
Overthinking.
Over what?
Thinking.
What do you mean overthinking?
Thinking a lot.
Oh, overthinking. Okay. So the first part of the model, it's mindset. It's the possibility. You have to truly believe that you can stop overthinking, or you can reduce overthinking, and you can also use overthinking to your advantage to create powerful situations, especially by rewiring your mind and thinking positively. And so first you have to believe it's possible, and you have to work as much as you can to reduce it and actually put more positive thoughts instead of the negative ones, because overthinking usually it starts with a negative thought, and then it goes down and down and down until until you reach an ultimate low. And so that's the first thing for the mindset. The motivation, as you can see, it's the purpose. Why do you want to stop overthinking? Is it because you want to achieve more? Is it because you want to rest? Is it because you think oh, this is horrible and I need to stop overthinking because my work and I need to perform at my best? So you need to choose first. It's a reason, and no, actually the purpose. Yeah. So yeah, it's you have to have a strong purpose of why you want to stop the overthinking. You have to also think about it. You can write as many. In fact, I would say this: if you're able to, at the end of this talk, at home, just write every single reason or purpose why you want to stop overthinking. That's something you can, a little something you can do. And the last one is the methods. It's the process behind it. So instead of trying to figure out how to stop overthinking yourself, well, maybe check someone who is very good at stopping overthinking, or someone who has overcame that issue, so you can maybe search online or you can search a video or something, and it helps you a lot because that person has already done the thing that you want to do. So I hope that helped, by the way. Did it help?
That's great.
Now, next slide. Okay, this is my favorite method. It's taught by a very famous author. His name is Jim Quick. And he teaches people how to learn at the best of their abilities. And so this method will help you learn like a superhuman, like literally like a superhuman. So it's an acronym. I'll go through each letter and I'll tell you what is it. So the F stands for forget. Now you may be thinking, like, it's memory, it's memorization. How can you start with forget? I know it's weird, but you have to stay with me. So you start with forget. What do I mean by forget? Forget about your limitations. Forget about your situations, like the things that are not urgent, and forget everything you know about the subject to actually start putting on top something new and learning something new. Because if you don't let go of that thing that if you say I know, you're not going to be able to reach higher and actually learn something from that field, from that place. So that's the forget portion. Now the A is very important. It stands for active. So whenever you're doing an activity, you need to be active in the activity. If you're not active in the activity, for example, you're just sitting like doing nothing, do you think it will help you? Like, for example, if I told you, go build a course, and someone will teach you how to build it, but you're gonna sit there and just have your laptop there. You won't be able to do it. So that's the active part. Now the state. This is really extremely important. The state is the mood you're in, the place you're in. Are you doing it from a place of excitement, passion, that you want to do it, or are you doing it in a place of, oh, I'm just gonna get this done, I'm just gonna take this test and go, and like you're leaving, you're like, let's go, and then you're like, did I just do the test and just go, or did I actually get skills and learn from that course? And so, yeah, that's very important. You can change your state by doing something physical, like moving, sitting as if you're excited, sitting as if the thing that you're going to learn is something that is life-changing. That one thing is physicality. The next thing is maybe you like to put some music, some soft music while you learn languages. Maybe you like to jump or exercise. The important thing is that you're in an excited state. You're very passionate. You're very you're very enthusiastic about the thing that you want to do. And this one, it's the T. What's the T, you may ask? The T is for teach. Whenever you learn something new, I don't care how simple that thing is or how much you think you know it. By the way, I also have to work on that too. You need to teach someone else. You need to learn with the intention of teaching someone else. So if you learn, for example, this course and you learn it with the intention of actually teaching someone and benefiting their life, you will take notes differently. You will position yourself differently. You'll be more excited, and it will be much better. And so, yeah, that's the T for teach. Now the E is for enter. Now, you may think, enter? What are you talking about? I'm not going through a door. I'm not entering. So enter means that you need to enter the thing that you want to do into a schedule. So for example, because we all do it, but we don't do it for important tasks. Like for example, studying. We don't say well, I'm going to study June 28th. But that's very important because once you put it in the schedule, finished. you're more likely to do the thing and to commit to it when you enter it in the schedule. Now, me too, personally, this area I need to work on it even more. Just to let you know, like, nobody's perfect, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm showing you this vulnerable side, this side that I don't really typically show it, but I have to, because, you know, that's vulnerability, that's what you need to do. And so, after the E, this is very, very also important. Everything is important, but these especially these are important. So the R stands for review. When you learn something, typically you forget it. You forget it during the 48-hour time window, and so if you're not gonna review it, then most of the information is gonna disappear out of your mind. So not only should you review it, there's a very, very good concept and an amazing concept. It's called spaced repetition. So when you review this, for example, you review at 5 p.m., for example, and then you really want to know the information more, you review it at like 8 p.m. So, and then after you review it 8 p.m., if you're staying up a little bit more late, you review it at 10 p.m. And if it's the last thing you do as soon as you go to sleep, that's very, very important, because sleep is also important for memory, and you will consolidate it. You'll make it from something short term to something like, I'll never forget this. And that's really important, especially if you're doing it for a business meeting or for something you need it urgently. So yeah, that's the faster method. I hope this method really gave you some insight, helped you a lot in terms of the things you want to do, and I hope you're starting to think like, oh, I can apply this, and it's a very good model for me to follow. So yeah, next slide please. Okay, this is really, 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 really beneficial, because we all need motivation to do things. So for example, if someone, do you believe that lying on bed all day, that's not motivation? If you believe, say yes. If you don't believe, say no.
No. That's just me.
Okay, so actually, you might be surprised by this, but it's the quite opposite. So, when you sleep all day on bed or be on bed all day, that's actually, you're motivated to stay on bed. So that in itself is motivation. So yeah, so that's why people don't do a lot of stuff, because sometimes we're all lazy, you know, we want to sleep, we want to rest all day, and that's common. But yeah, we need to activate that motivation, that part of us that wants to do things and is really excited to do those things. And this is the way of actually making your motivation unlimited, and for you to be able to do it for days and days and days. And so this is the formula. Purpose, okay? So when you have a very strong purpose, like let's say, for me, for example, I want to be a course creator. So why is it that I want to be a course creator? Well, I want to be a course creator first of all because I can monetize that gift, and I can actually make my courses paid in the future. And once I acquire a huge amount of wealth, I can basically donate it to the poor people and the people who actually don't have enough money. And I would really love to do that. And also for me and my family, maybe my dad wants a car, maybe my mom wants something, maybe my sister wants something. So I want to be able to be the man who can provide things and actually live a very amazing and decent life. And so that's the thing for purpose. You need to have something very, very big to pull you and to keep you motivated. So that's the purpose. Now this is very crucial. This part, especially the energy. You need to be having the energy. You can't go to work and sleep while you're working, especially if it's a very important meeting or an important job. You can't sleep while you're working. So energy is really important. You need to be like enthusiastic. I know not all work has to be enthusiastic, but you need to have some type of energy to be able to wake yourself up and actually say like, well, I'm going to this job and I'm going to benefit as much people as possible. I'm going to benefit myself, and this is going to be an amazing opportunity for me to make this day amazing. So that's it for the energy. Now this one, it's very simple. Yet it's very powerful. It's called small simple steps. So whenever you want to do something, don't think about the big thing. Like for example, I want to go to the gym. Don't say, well, I have to lose 20 pounds. That's a good goal, but that's not going to keep you going. That's not going to create that momentum that keeps you going. You need to think as small as, I just need to get out of bed and just put my shoes. That's simple. And then when you find yourself like, you put your shoes and you're like, I'm gonna go run now. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna do a treadmill. So you find yourself doing it easily and effortlessly because you just took one step or two steps. And that's how simple it is. Make it as simple as you can. If you made it as simple as you can, there's no way you're not gonna do it. You're gonna follow through it. So that's the ultimate formula for ultimate motivation. Great. Next slide, please.
Someone اشرب شوية مي.
Okay.
MashaAllah عليك. Genius guy. Truly genius guy.
Now this is, I keep saying this is crucial.
تعرف لهون شوي ولا مرتاح هيك؟
Oh, okay. Now this is where the power of the geniuses lie. This is how to remember your dreams. Now you may be saying like, remember my dreams? I don't have time to do that. Well, you must make the time. I tell you why. This is a very strong topic. Did you know that the person who modified the periodic table, modified it because he had a dream and he actually modified it in the real world? He just took action on his dream. And most inventors are like this. They get insights or ideas, it pops in their dreams, and they try to do it in real life. If it doesn't work, maybe they get a lesson from it or they get something from it, but it's very, very crucial. And so that's the power I'm going to give you. I'm going to show you how you can remember your dreams with this process. It's also an acronym like FASTER. It's because it's much easier to remember. The D is for decide. You need to decide. Well, tonight I'm going to decide that I will remember all my dreams, and my dreams are going to be creative and are going to be like beneficial to me, whether I'm solving a real world problem or I'm solving other problems. That's the first thing. You need to decide. Just say, well, I'm just going to remember my dreams because it's going to benefit me. Number two, the R. You need to record your dreams. How do you record your dreams, you may ask? So you dream, and then, for example, when you wake up in the middle of the night, you can write what you remember from the dream, and you can sleep again and then try to remember the other parts of the dream, and actually either write it in your phone or write it on a piece of paper. I know this world is digital, so everyone would choose to write it on a phone. That's better. So when you remember your dream, you write it on your phone. Not only do you write it on your phone, but you actually act on the dream and try to make something out of it. and then there's E. What's E? It's the eyes. As soon as you wake up, you need to close your eyes for a little bit so you can be able to reflect on the dream and say like, oh, I got this idea from the dream. How can I use it now? Something like this. So just close your eyes for a bit and try to reflect. And the M is for manage. You need to be managing your sleep in order to get that dream and be able to get amazing dreams so you manage your sleep. So the last letter is very important. It's sharing your dreams. When it's positive, when it's creative, when you got an idea, you say, well, look, I got a great idea, I got an amazing idea, I'm gonna act on it today. Well, I know how to go on the moon, for example. That's like very extreme. But you say like, oh, I got this idea, and then you say the idea to the other person, and the other person is like, wow, you're such a genius, you got this idea, I'm very proud of you. And yeah, next slide please. Okay, this one, this is a big one. This is called the empowering questions approach, I call it that. It's, for example, we all ask ourselves questions. Like for example, oh, why is this patient late today? Oh, why is this person so negative? Oh, why am I always negative? Why am I always depressed? Why am I always stuff like that? And we tend to go on this negative spiral, and you find yourself so much depressed because the questions we are asking ourselves, including myself, aren't questions that empower us, aren't questions that make us feel empowered and want to chase and build our dreams. So instead of saying like, well, why is this patient late? He's supposed to be early, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You're like, okay, this patient came late, but why or how can I make this patient happier, and how can I make myself happier in that situation? That's a good question. Well, you say, why am I here in the room today? And then when you ask that question, you're like, okay, you say, okay, I'm here in the room because I want to make an incredible change, a life-changing change with this patient or with this person. So, yeah. So that's the power of the questions. The empowering questions. Next slide, please, Khalid. Okay. All right. So, if you get anything from this talk, this should be the number one thing you get. Now, as you can see here, it says identity shift. I'll explain to you in a very exciting and in a very way that you won't forget it. That is very compelling. Identity shift. Let me tell you first a story. So, let's say there's a guy named, for example, Diab, for example. Anybody. For example, his name is Diab, and for a lot of days, he has difficult stuff, he has, worries, he has doubts, he has like depression thoughts, maybe, God forbid, like suicidal thoughts, it happens to us. And so when he has suicidal thoughts, he thinks all those negative thoughts, oh, I don't want to live anymore, whatever. So that puts him in a negative spiral, and so he identifies as someone he is depressed. He identifies as someone who can never be happy, for example. He identifies as someone that maybe nobody cares for him or shows him love. And so that in itself makes him go under a very negative spiral. And that negative spiral, you never know what could happen in his life that is very, not good. It's very, terrible. But once he shifts his identity and he says, well, he says something that it empowers him, it makes him feel energized, and makes him feel like he wants to live again. Like for example, he says, well, I'm the master of challenges. So whenever that depressing thought, whenever that suicidal thought comes, it's like, well, I'm the master of challenges. This challenge has nothing on me. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna punch it, I'm gonna punch it and destroy it and make it unexistable. So he says, well, I'm the master of challenges, so I can master it and I can really go over it and be excited and deal with it very amazingly. So that's the power of identity shift. So the example that I just gave you is something that I recently started calling myself the identity that I'm the master of challenges. So when any challenge comes my way, when any challenge comes my way and I think like, I start to have this doubt, I start to say like, well, maybe I'm not going to be able to do it, maybe this is too hard for me. I say, well, I remind myself, well, who am I? I'm the master of challenges. And then I get the energy and I say like, well, this is not hard, because the person who is the master of challenges never gives up, never says, well, this is too hard, I'm just gonna quit. This is too hard, I'm never gonna do it. Because the master of challenges never quits, never says that. So that's the power of identity shift. So a little action you can do is, you don't have to do all the actions that I say, but these are crucial. If you want, you can choose at least one. As long as you take action, this will really help you. So you can choose like one or two identities. You can say, for example, as I told you, my example is I'm the master of challenges. Maybe your example is that I'm the king of the world. Even if it's not true, it gives you power, it gives you energy, it gives you hope, and you know that you're gonna overcome that challenge. And that's the power of the identity shift. That's why I wanted to include it, because I was taking a course and he talked about it and it inspired me. I have known this idea, but in that quest he explained it in a totally different way, and he showed me how powerful it is. So that's why I wanted to add it here also. So next slide. Yeah, this one is also one of the biggest. That's why I wanted to give also this one as a very big bonus. Now, a lot of people struggle with keeping and making a new habit, especially if you're not used to it. So there's this concept called habit stacking. So basically, if you brush your teeth every day, you stack that habit on top of it. For example, the habit of saying, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, I am wealthy enough. That is a very good habit. For example, even when you're in the car, instead of like maybe watching like fun YouTube, sometimes you want to watch fun YouTube, but maybe in the car you listen to an audio, a rewiring audio that actually rewires your mind to think positively. Maybe in the car you listen to people who are successful in the area you want to be successful. And guess what? While you're going there, you not only get the insight, you get the idea, you say, I'm going to act on the idea, you also be better at your job, and you be better with your students, with your people, with everyone you interact with. So that's very, very empowering, and that's the thing that I wanted to share with you today. I'm done with my presentation. I hope you really loved it, and I hope you got some insight, you got some action, you change the habits that we make, and it's very empowering. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that you took the time, you took the energy, and you came here, and you're determined to learn something new from someone who loves learning and loves personal development and takes courses to help myself and to help others reach the highest level possible. So, thank you so much.